Hi guys, welcome to your economics class. Because of some technicality issues, I'm very sorry for the inconvenience. There is somewhat delay in my class. I'm uploading the video. Okay. Now we have already completed our first chapter, that is introduction to economics, right? So we have dealt many topics in introduction to economics which are very important, and as a summary now let's start again at a glance. What is introduction to economics? Okay, your first chapter is introduction to economics, right? So in your class, that is, we have discussed 4 definitions of economics, right? What are the 4 definitions of economics? Wealth definition given by Adam Smith, welfare definition given by Alfred Marshall, scarcity definition given by Lionel Robbins, and fourth one is growth definition given by Paul Samuelson. In wealth definition, which was given by Adam Smith, it is Adam Smith discussed mostly about wealth. It has its own criticism. Then comes welfare definition. In that welfare definition, Alfred Marshall said there are 2 sides of a coin. In the same way, this definition, economics, has 2 sides. One side is study of wealth and the other and the most important side is study of welfare, right? Now, scarcity definition given by Robbins, right? In that we have discussed about 3 topics. What is that? Wants are unlimited, resources are limited, and they have alternative uses. Okay, there again we have discussed about all the criticisms. And now comes a scarcity definition given by Paul Samuelson and growth definition given by Paul Samuelson. Here he took into account, took into his definition the time element. So it is known as a dynamic definition. Till today, growth definition is a well accepted definition by all the persons. Okay. Now, after doing with the definitions of economics, we have dealt with the topic fundamental problems, right? We have discussed. Do you remember? What to produce, how to produce, and in what quantities to be produced, how you should use my scarce resources in an optimum way. Okay, how I can maximize my satisfaction with the limited resources. Next, whether we read economics in a static form or a dynamic form. Okay, whether economy is staying stable or it is changing by period. We have talked about all the fundamental problems, and we also talked about nature and scope of economics. In that we said that traditional economists divided economics into number of topics, that is 7 headings. Okay, so distribution, consumption, income, planning and economic development, and all the 7 topics we have dealt there. Now modern economists classified economics into 2. What is that? Microeconomics and macroeconomics. What is microeconomics? If we are talking about a small things or we are talking about a particular firm, then it is known as microeconomics. What is macroeconomics? Macroeconomics means study of aggregates. Okay, not study of individual, it is study of aggregates. Or I am not talking about a particular firm's income, I am talking about total national income. Okay, so this is known as macroeconomic. Even I discussed about positive science and negative science, normative science. What is positive science? What it is known as positive science, and what ought to be is known as normative science. What it is means how it is, I am saying about that only. I am not saying whether the product is giving me benefit or not, whether it is good or wrong. I am not saying about that thing, but I am saying only about the product. Okay, or about a product or about a want or some other thing, but I am not saying how it should be. If I am saying how it should be, what ought to be, then I am talking about normative science, normative economics, or positive science or normative science, positive economics or normative economics, one and the same. And even I have explained about whether economics is a science or an art. While I am studying economics as a science, but while it comes to application part, I am studying economics as a art. Okay, now these are the topics, and I have also dealt with small topics. Okay, what are the small topics? Capital goods, free goods, okay, economic goods, perishable goods, producer goods, intermediary goods, utility. What is utility? And there are different types of utilities also. I have talked about form utility, place utility, service utility, okay, and time utility. All these forms of utility. What is utility? Utility means want satisfying power of a commodity, right? Next, I have even talked about the characteristics of wants. Wants are unlimited, every want is satiable, competition exists, there are complementary also, wants are substitutes also, wants will be recurring, they may become habits also, wants vary from time to time and person to person. I talked about welfare also. See, I am saying again and again, I am repeating, this chapter is very important topic. Okay, so don't miss any topic, because we can get 10 marks answer, 5 marks answer and 2 marks answers also from this chapter. So it is very important. Now, second chapter, now today we are discussing is theories of consumer behavior. Theories of consumer behavior. See guys, what I am saying, theories of consumer behavior, right? Name itself says what the chapter includes. Okay, what the chapter includes. Chapter lo em untayo manaki em cheptundi nana, ee chapter name e cheptundi. Theories about what? About consumer behavior. How a consumer will behave in normal time. Those theories which explain about our consumer behavior is known as theories of consumer behavior, right? How a consumer will behave while satisfying his wants or her wants. How a consumer will behave will be dealt in this theories of consumer behavior. Before actually starting, what are the 3 laws of consumer behavior, we should come to know about some topics which are very small but very important to learn all the 3 topics. There are 3 essential topics in this chapter. To learn that 3 essential laws, we should learn some small concepts which are very important. Okay, now let's start. What is theory? Who is a consumer, Nana? Consumer is a person who consumes the good. He is purchasing the goods to consume only, but not to give it to some other person. That is, not to sell it to some other person. He is the ultimate person who will consume the product. Okay, he is the person who will consume the product. So consumption means to satisfy my want, what I am consuming. So that is known as consumption. Here, what is utility? You know what is utility? Utility means want satisfying power of a commodity. I have said an example to you. What is that? See, this marker cost me 10 rupees. This marker will have want satisfying power. I want to write on this board now. Okay, so what is my want here to write on this board? Now this marker is satisfying my want. That means this has a utility. Okay, దీనికి want ని satisfy చేసే పవర్ ఉంది కదా. నా want ఏంటి? ఇప్పుడు బోర్డ్ పైన రాయాలి. బోర్డ్ పైన రాయాలి అన్న నా want ని ఎవరు satisfy చేస్తున్నారు? ఈ మార్కర్ satisfy చేస్తుంది. That means this marker has that utility. Nana, again and again I am saying utility is different from usefulness. What is that? Utility is different from usefulness. What is utility and what is usefulness? See, some products have, all the products may have utility, but only some products have usefulness. Okay, see, a drunkard will be there. Okay, he wants to drink. What is his want, Nana? He want to drink. Now alcohol has that utility, right? Alcohol can satisfy that want. Am I right? So alcohol has utility. That alcohol bottle will have that utility. But is drinking alcohol provides any usefulness to the human being? No, it is not providing any usefulness. So let us understand again, once again, this, what is the difference between utility and usefulness. Utility means a want can be satisfied by that product. Alcohol bottle తోని నాకు నా వాంట్ సాటిస్ఫై అవుతుంది. బట్ ఆల్కహాల్ తాగడం వల్ల నాకు ఏమైనా యూస్ఫుల్నెస్ అన్నది ఉందా? యూస్ఫుల్నెస్ అన్నది ఏమీ లేదు. సో యుటిలిటీ ఈజ్ డిఫరెంట్ ఫ్రమ్ యూస్ఫుల్నెస్. ఐ థింక్ యూ అండర్స్టూడ్ ద డిఫరెన్స్. ఓకే, నౌ you have done with the utility concept earlier itself, and utility is a subjective concept, Nana. That means it differs from one person to another person. See, I am thirsty. Some person may feel if they drink water they will be fully satisfied, and some other will think that lemon juice will be very very useful for them, or when lemon juice will provide them more utility than water, or some other person will think that cool drinks give me more utility than water and lemon juice. Okay, so according to different person utility may differ. Okay, so utility is a subjective concept, and utility there are two approaches for utility. First approach is very very important. Again and again I am saying, first approach is cardinal approach, and second one is ordinal approach. First one is cardinal approach, second one is ordinal approach. Ordinal utility or cardinal utility. See, I'll be a bit slow here because you should understand what is this topic. Okay, so in future you will get many in many areas you will need these topics. Not in this class, that is not in intermediate only. After you go to higher studies also these topics will be very very important. Let it be, they may be very small topics, but they will be very very important. Even in your interview also they may ask some questions related to these topics. So what is cardinal utility? Cardinal, first thing, see, with a scale you can measure in centimeters, right? Now rice we can measure it in the form of kgs. Okay, and oil, let it be in liters, and some other thing, water we can measure in liters. Okay, and some other things in ml, or milk, let it be milk, you can measure it in the form of liters only. Okay, in the same way utility, what is this, Nana? Utility can be measured with utils. Okay, what they are saying, utility can be measured in the units known as utils. Okay, as we measure oil in the form of liters or kgs, utility can be measured in the form of utils only. Okay, so what is utility? See, this marker has this want satisfying power, right? So how much this marker will be satisfying my want? See, I want to write on a paper. I can write with a pen, I can write with a pencil, I can write with a marker, or I can write with an highlighter. Okay, let it be anything. I can do it with all these options. So which will give me more utility? Okay, so this is giving me only 10 utils of satisfaction, this is giving me 15 utils of satisfaction. So how I am measuring my satisfaction? In the form of what? Utils. So how I am measuring my satisfaction? I am measuring it in the form of utils only. Okay, did you understand? As we can measure the length with a scale, or some other thing in centimeters or meters, or rice in kgs. In the same way utility, that is satisfaction, can be measured in the form of utils only. Utils are known as units. Now comes cardinal utility. Cardinal utility means what? Cardinal utility means If I am using some product, let it be X. What I am using? I am using a product X. So, how much satisfaction this is giving is known as cardinal utility. Okay, how much satisfaction X product is giving me? This is giving me 10 utils of satisfaction or 20 utils of satisfaction. This is known as what? Cardinal utility. Okay, so this is known as cardinal utility. Now what is ordinal utility? See, ordinal utility means there are number of products here. There are number of product X, Y, Z, okay, A, B, C. From all these, I am giving first preference to X, second preference to Y, or third preference to Z, and so on. Okay, so from all this, I am giving first preference to this, second preference to this, third preference to this. That is, I am comparing one product with the other product, and I am giving preference to one product from the other products. Okay, I am giving first preference to X product to Y and Z. Okay, so this is known as ordinal utility. First, second, third. Here what I am saying, 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, but here I am saying first, second, third. Okay, so here only one good is essential. One good itself can say what the utility will be. Okay, but here to say ordinal utility, what we should do, only one product will not give me the utility. Okay, so there should be 3 or 4 products only. Again, Nana, to understand ordinal utility much better, once I will say a simple example. Okay, now what is ordinal utility? See, ordinal utility means, see whether this line, is it a small line or a big line? Okay, see Nana, this line, is it a small line or a big line? We can't say. Ma'am, why we can't say? Because if we have another line only, we can say whether this line is a big line or a small line, right? So, if I keep another line here, okay, if I keep another line here, I can say this is a big line. Okay, I am giving first preference to this line and second preference to this line, right? Okay, so first preference to this line and second preference. Why we are saying this line is a big line while comparing with the other product only? In ordinal utility, what we need? We need more than one product. Okay, what we need here? More than one product. Now, what is ordinal utility? One product is enough now. Okay, one product is enough for measuring the cardinal utility. With the product X, how much satisfaction I am getting? This will be enough for cardinal utility. But for ordinal utility, what will happen? We need more than one product so that we can give first preference, second preference, so on to the products. Okay, so these are the concepts of ordinal utility and cardinal utility. Till now, what I have explained in theories of consumer behavior. See Nana, first I talked about consumption. What is consumption, right? Next, I talked about utility. What is utility? How utility differs from usefulness. Okay, and utility can be measured in the form of utils only. Utility means want satisfying power of a commodity, but if it may satisfy the want, but there may be usefulness with that product, or there may not be usefulness because of that product. And utility can be measured in the form of two approaches. First one is cardinal and second one is ordinal approach. In cardinal approach, one product is essential for measuring the utility. That is, I am giving, because of that product I am getting 10 utils of satisfaction, or 30 utils of satisfaction, or 100 utils of satisfaction. But for example, but for ordinal utility there should be more than one product, that is I can be able to compare one product with the other products. So this is known as, how I am measuring the utility? This product, X product, is giving me more satisfaction than Y product, so I am giving X more importance than Y product. Okay, so I am giving preference by comparing these two products only, X product and Y product only. I can say which product is giving me more satisfaction, whether this is giving me more satisfaction or this product is giving me more satisfaction. I can see in this by comparing two products. Okay, so this is regarding cardinal utility and ordinal utility. Now again two small topics. What from total utility only we have different types of utility. What are the utilities here? Total utility and marginal utility. By spelling, you may think very differently, what is this all, but everything is new to you, not only for you, for every person it will be new only, but how you will read is very, very important. Now utility concept is new for every intermediate student, right? Not only for you but for every student. You may think that it is only new for me, but every topic is new to every person. But how you listen to the class and how you understand the class is very, very important here. So now total utility, I may spell a word, it may be new to you, but if you listen to my class and after completion of the topic, if you listen to the class very keenly, then you can understand what is the topic. And that's why, because you are from new to the intermediate, I am going very, very slow. Okay, so now what is the total utility? First one is total utility. You know what is utility and you should know what is total. Total means what? All the combination of all the utilities is known as total utility. For example, by using one product, I am getting 10 newtons of satisfaction. By using second product, what I am getting? I am getting 18 newtons of satisfaction, right? See, by consuming one product, I am getting how much? 10 newtons of satisfaction. By consuming 2 units, what will happen to me? I am getting totally, what happens? 10 plus 8 units, that is totally I am getting what? 18 newtons of satisfaction here. By using 3, okay, what I am getting? I am getting 16 newtons of satisfaction or 15 newtons of satisfaction. It will be different. Okay, so I will explain you clearly when I start again a topic, law of diminishing marginal utility. But till now you remember what is total utility. By using one product I am getting 10 newtons of satisfaction. By using second product I am getting 10 plus 18 newtons of satisfaction. Ma'am, actually when I am using 1 unit, then I am getting 10 newtons of satisfaction. Then by using 2 units of satisfaction, what I should do? I should get 20 newtons of satisfaction, right? So but here what will happen? What will happen by using 20 newtons of by using 2 products? What I am getting? I am getting 18 newtons of satisfaction only. Okay, so what is this, ma'am? By consuming another product, what will happen to me? My utility will be decreased. See, Nana, by using one product I am getting 10 newtons of satisfaction. By using 2 products, what I should get? Actually I should get 20 newtons of satisfaction here, but what I am getting? I am getting 18 newtons only. By using 3 units of by using 3 products, what I should get? I should get 30 newtons of satisfaction. But what I am getting here? I am getting only 15 utils of satisfaction. Why this will happen? I will explain in law of diminishing marginal utility. Did you get? See Nana, ఒక్క ప్రోడక్ట్ యూజ్ చేస్తే నాకు ఎన్ని యూటిల్స్ ఆఫ్ సాటిస్ఫాక్షన్ వస్తుంది? 10 యూటిల్స్ ఆఫ్ సాటిస్ఫాక్షన్ వస్తుంది. సెకండ్ ప్రోడక్ట్ వాడితే నాకు యాక్చువల్లీ ఎంత రావాలి? 20 యూటిల్స్ ఆఫ్ సాటిస్ఫాక్షన్ రావాలి. కానీ అంత వస్తుందా? లేదు. నాకు ఎంత సాటిస్ఫాక్షన్ వస్తుంది? 18 యూటిల్స్ ఆఫ్ సాటిస్ఫాక్షన్ మాత్రమే వస్తుంది. ఒక్క ప్రోడక్ట్కి 10 వస్తే 2 ప్రోడక్ట్స్కి 20 రావాలి. 3 ప్రోడక్ట్స్ యూజ్ చేస్తే నాకు ఎంత యూటిల్స్ ఆఫ్ సాటిస్ఫాక్షన్ రావాలి? 30 యూటిల్స్ ఆఫ్ సాటిస్ఫాక్షన్ రావాలి. బట్ నాకు ఎంత వస్తుంది నాన్న ఇక్కడ? ఐఎమ్ గెట్టింగ్ ఓన్లీ 15, ఐఎమ్ గెట్టింగ్ వాట్ హియర్? 15 utils of satisfaction only. How this will happen? Again I will explain in the next chapter. Okay, so this will be wrong figure. I will get, for example, 23 utils of satisfaction only. Okay, so this is the total utility concept. Now next, what is marginal utility? What is marginal utility? Marginal utility means the additional satisfaction which I am getting by using an additional product. Okay, so the additional satisfaction which I am getting, see units, number of units, 1 2 units, 1 2 3 4 5. These are the number of products I am using. Now total utility, what is the total utility I am getting? 40 70 90 100 and again 100. Okay, what is marginal utility? See here, don't go with the definition now. Marginal utility, first let me explain. Okay, see, marginal utility, let it be 40 only. Now see, one product I am getting, by using one product I am getting 40 utils of satisfaction. By using second product I am getting what? 70 utils of satisfaction. By using an extra product, by using what? An extra product, what is the extra satisfaction I am getting here? 30 utils of satisfaction. Again, for using 1 unit extra, what is the extra satisfaction? That is 90 minus 70. What is that? 20. Now 100 minus 10. Because of using additional product, what is the extra benefit I am getting? 10 units. Again with an additional product, what I am getting? 0. Okay, so here see, 70 minus 40, 90 minus 70, 100 minus 90, 100 minus 100. Let me explain now according to the definition. So marginal utility is addition made to the total utility by consuming one more unit of the commodity. Some may not have textbooks, so let me write here. What is marginal utility here? Addition made to the total utility, addition made to the total utility by consuming one more product, by consuming one more unit of commodity, one more unit of a commodity. See here what I am doing. See, read the definition once. Marginal utility is addition made to the total utility by consuming one more unit of commodity. See, addition made to the total utility by consuming one more unit of a commodity. By consuming one more unit of a commodity, read it clearly. By consuming one more unit of a commodity, I am consuming one more unit here. Am I right? What I am doing? I used to consume 1 unit only there, but now I am consuming other product, right? So while consuming another product of a commodity, what is the addition made to the total utility? By consuming one more product, what is the addition made to the total utility here? 30 units. ఎంత యాడ్ అవుతుంది నాన్న, ఒక్క ప్రోడక్ట్ కన్జ్యూమ్ చేస్తే ఎంత యాడ్ అవుతుంది? ఇక్కడ 30 యూనిట్స్ యాడ్ అవుతుంది, రైట్? ఇక్కడ ఇంకో ప్రోడక్ట్ యాడ్ చేయడం వల్ల ఇక్కడ ఎన్ని యూనిట్స్ యాడ్ అవుతున్నాయి? 20 యూనిట్స్ యాడ్ అవుతున్నాయి. సో బై కన్జ్యూమింగ్ వన్ మోర్ యూనిట్, వాట్ ఈస్ ద అడిషన్ మేడ్ టు ద టోటల్ యూనిట్ హియర్? 70 products. Okay, so this is known as marginal utility. See, simple concept. I'll end with this. Now there are 3 different topics in this theories of consumer behavior, 3 different laws. First law is law of diminishing marginal utility. Law of diminishing marginal utility. Okay, what I am saying, diminishing marginal utility, right? See whether this marginal utility is decreasing or not here. Yes, it is decreasing. So this is known as law of diminishing marginal utility. Just I have said an heading only. I didn't explain about the topic. I will explain it in the next class very clearly. Just remember here by seeing the table here, diminishing marginal utility. What will happen here? What is happening here? Marginal utility is decreasing, that is diminishing. Okay, why this utility will be decreased? I will explain it in the next class. Okay, so I said about 2 topics, right? Cardinal utility and ordinal utility. In cardinal utility approach, by using cardinal utility approach, there are 2 concepts. Okay, cardinal utility, by using this approach. What is cardinal utility? Again say me. Cardinal utility means that particular product will say how much satisfaction I am getting here. See, by consuming one product I am getting 40 utils of satisfaction. By consuming 2 products I am getting 70 utils of satisfaction. That is the cardinal utility approach. Am I saying first product is better than the second product? No. Okay, so last topic here, cardinal approach is classified into 2. Law of diminishing marginal utility. What is this? Law of diminishing marginal utility and law of equimarginal utility. What is this? Law of equimarginal utility. Next, ordinal utility is based on ordinal approach gives me indifference curve. Okay, completed. Now I will explain what is all this again in the next video. Stay home, stay safe.